Apples in Los Angeles? Everyone said it was impossible. This November, my tree proved them wrong and almost broke under the weight. It turns out the key is choosing a truly low-chill variety and giving it the conditions to thrive. Look at this. 100 apples in different sizes and stages of ripeness, including the ones we have already picked, on one tree in my front yard. 3 years ago, 7 years after planting, it was still small. This year, it finally stretched up and out. The canopy is taller and more open now, which means more sun on more leaves, and that simple change multiplied the harvest. Most apple trees need 600 to 1,000 chill hours. That is hours below 45 degrees in winter. Los Angeles gets 50 to 200 on a good year. That is the problem. But here is what many people do not know. Some apples do not care. They set and size up with far fewer cold hours than standard varieties. This is a Fuji apple, or something very close to it. It is one of maybe a dozen varieties that can handle our warm winters. The day I planted this, I had no idea if it would even fruit. First 3 years, not a single one. Year 4, 3 small apples that managed to ripen on the tree. The flavor, wonderful. We celebrated the progress. The following years, about a dozen annually. We remained cheerful. This year, well into its 10th year, I stopped counting at 90. Some ripened earlier than others, which stretched the picking window into late fall, perfect for a home garden. So what changed? 3 things, and one of them was a mistake that almost cost me the entire crop. First thing, sunlight. This tree lives in full sun, 6 to 8 hours minimum. As it grew taller, it caught more light. More light meant more energy. More energy meant more fruit. It is that simple. If your apple tree is stuck in shade for half the day, you are cutting its potential in half, if not more. Move it, or prune what is blocking it. Second thing, patience. The tree needed time to learn its spot. Roots had to spread, branches had to figure out their angles, the canopy had to fill in. People want results in year 1. Fruit trees laugh at that. Year 3 or 4 is when the magic starts. Third thing, and this is where I messed up, I did not thin the fruit. In early summer, the tree set probably 150 baby apples. I was supposed to go through and pinch off extras, leaving 1 or 2 per cluster. I got busy. I forgot. I thought the tree would handle it. By August, branches were bending like fishing rods. By October, I was running around tying up limbs with soft fabric and shoving props underneath to keep them from snapping. The tree did its own thinning. Some fruit dropped naturally, but I still left way too much weight on the wood. Here is why thinning matters. When apples are crowded, they stay smaller. They compete for nutrients, and the branch struggles to hold them all. But even with my mistake, the flavor is incredible. Dense, juicy, loud crunch. Sweet with just enough acid to keep it interesting. This is what a backyard apple should taste like. Squirrels and birds are quick to take note of that, as shown from those that I picked today. With this many, we have to be creative. Fresh slices with salt and lemon. Pan-warmed wedges over yogurt. A squeeze of citrus keeps slices bright. A dust of cinnamon makes quick comfort. Dehydrating wedges for winter snacks. There is only so much raw apple a family can eat. However, this problem of bounty we do not mind dealing with at all. Care is simple. Water deep, then let the top inch dry before the next soak. Mulch keeps roots happy. Compost twice a year, once at bloom, once when fruit is marble-sized. Winter pruning, light touch. Remove crossing branches. Open the center for airflow. Let sunlight reach the middle. Summer touch-ups to tame water sprouts keep light moving through the canopy. Pests? Spring aphids curl the new leaves. A hard spray from the hose takes care of most. Powdery mildew shows up as dusty white film. Airflow usually fixes it. Healthy soil means a calm tree. This tree is self-fertile. I planted one, and it fruited anyway. But a second apple or a flowering crabapple nearby would bring more bees and boost yields even higher. Fuji was bred in Japan in the 1930s, in the town of Fujisaki, and released widely in the 1960s. Although named after the town, there is a common misconception that it is associated with Mount Fuji. A cross between Red Delicious and Ral's Janet, the apple was designed to be crisp, sweet, and long-keeping. Those traits make it a natural fit for backyard snacking and for storing a few weeks in the fridge. In Chinese culture, apples symbolize peace and safety. The word for apple echoes the sound of peace, so families, especially younger generations, often give apples on Christmas Eve. It is a fruit with a story. Nutrition? A typical medium apple provides meaningful fiber and vitamin C with modest calories, while per 100-gram values average about 52 calories and roughly 2 to 3 grams of fiber. Keep the peel on. That is where many phytonutrients concentrate. This season deepened my understanding. Fruit trees reward patience. They adapt. They learn. They surprise you when you are not looking. From 3 apples to 100 in 8 years. That is not luck. That is sunlight, soil, and a tree that refused to quit. If you are in a warm climate and you think apples will not work, try Fuji. Try Anna. Try Dorset Golden. Give them sun, give them time, and get ready to support those branches. What low-chill fruit trees are thriving in your yard right now? Drop a comment. I want to learn from your trees too. Until next time, happy gardening.